Disclaimer: the views, opinions, and insinuations made by the host or guests do not reflect those of the show, the management, and the network. Viewer discretion is advised.
Broadcasting beyond borders, the message of the truest tribe of coaching entrepreneurs and independent service providers from the Philippines. This is Coach Shaun de Joya for Integrate, now on Season 2 here at Think Talk Broadcast, the flagship community project of coaching Think Talk speakers from Life Coach Philippines and members of Coach A Coaching Community. Music impacts us in many ways. It inspires strong feelings that connects with us and also with others. What are some familiar songs that reminds you of joy and pain? Something that you can start exploring and really thinking about, get to know a leader, a husband, and a father, and how this person navigated through life adversities to music and service. I'll be back shortly with my guest, Albert Castillo from Laguna City, and this is Integrate. Welcome to the live streaming of Integrate, airing every Saturday at 10:30 p.m. And in the show, I want to help married men who are going through life adversities by helping them gain wisdom and knowledge from successful men who have navigated through life adversities and turning it into opportunities, creating love and safety. The show showcases the stories of men who took control of the driver's seat of their life by developing strategies and tactics, integrating their life experiences, talent, and skills to model behaviors that will allow them to respond to emotions associated with life adversities. Think about the challenges that you've experienced in your work, in your finances, in your relationship, marriage, business, and also some people have their own disability. Broadcasting beyond borders of Pasig City on this 22nd October in the year 2022. I am Life Coach Shaun de Joya. I am a professional certified life and mental health coach from the Philippines. I am a master coach apprentice of Master Coach A. I am a public speaker. I am also a coaching entrepreneur, a mental model collector, a husband, and a father. I empower people to be mentally fit so that they can stay inspired to live a more meaningful and fulfilled life. And our mission here at Think Talk Broadcast is to get closer to our kindred and serve better our coaching tribe. And what we envision is to be the go-to network for content that connects with the mind, the heart, and the soul through the platform of life coaching. And by serving in the digital space, the change that I want to see is I want to stop generational trends. I understand and I realize how valuable it is for our stories to be shared with other people so that they can learn from it. They can learn through education and this conversation that we have and get some tips and wisdom in there so that you don't have to go life adversities on your own. You don't have to do a trial and error. You can gain all of this wisdom from the experiences of the men that I interview with so that you can think better, feel better, and respond better. My guest for today is a lover of music and plays drums and guitars. His love for music spanned further in the hobby of setting up car audio and other car for other car enthusiasts. He's married to Mary Grace for 14 years now, and they are blessed with two children, Michaela Rockford and Machiko Marshall. O yan, naiisip mo, di ba? Lover talaga ng auto to. Doon pa lang sa pangalan ng mga anak nila, nakita mo na may connection on music. Professionally, he is a WFM professional. He's an executive of supporting the BPO industry. He's been in the industry for more than 16 years. Let's welcome, Albert B. Castillo, or friends call him MG. Yan, MG, welcome.
Hi, good evening to all. Yeah, hi Shaun.
Maraming salamat MG for joining us. MG, may tanong ako, no? I never had a moment and really a time to ask you that question. Yung pangalan na MG, saan ba nanggaling yan at bakit MG ang pangalan?
Yeah. So the history of that nickname is really, when I was working in McDonald's before. So my colleagues there, used to call me like, Miggy, because of
Oo.
the TGI, the thank God it's Sabado, because my hair
Oo.
was like, the hair of the one mig bondok, something like that. Yeah,
Butterfly.
so the managers there, used to call me Miggy, and then I just absorbed it like, Migs. And then when I met my wife, yeah, so I just it's parang nagkataon na Mary Grace naman. So when I started working in the BPO and then asking for a screen name, so I used to use the word yung nickname na MG from there. So yeah,
Yun
everything
doon ang galing.
remains history. Yeah,
Layo kasi sa pangalan, no? Yung
sobrang
pala yung,
layo. Yeah,
story doon. Ayan, so for those of you who's joining, no, we're gonna watch this on a replay in the future and joining us live. O yan, alam niyo na yung story ng pangalan kung bakit MG yung pangalan ni MG. At
yeah,
tinatawag siya dahil ito sa fast food at napatawag siya ng kanyang manager, o yan, ng boss niya, and what you
yeah.
do. MG, all of the people that they interview here are working in the BPO industry for season 2 anyway. We're now on season 2 and we're gonna end this month. One of the things that a lot of people are not really quite getting an understanding of what the BPO or dati, di ba, call center industry pa tayo, wala pa namang
Yes, that's
BPO
right.
eh. Kasi nag-start tayo dito call center. Pero yung
Agree.
BPO industry na yan, ang thinking ng mga tao, alam mo yun, magko-call ka lang naman, uupo ka lang naman doon, and so on and so forth. Parang feeling nila ang dali. But, it's also one
Yeah,
of the most stressful environment in which it's
agree.
fast-paced. You need to be, agile on the things that you're doing. Sabi nga, di ba, pinag-uusapan na
Mm-hmm.
agile, you can move around and so on and so forth. Pero, challenge kita, no? Kung i-explain mo, yan, yung anak mo, bata pa naman yan, di ba? Kung
Yeah,
i-explain mo sa isang bata, yan, kung ano yung BPO industry at anong ginagawa mo as a workforce management professional, how
yeah.
would you,
Mhm.
yan, introduce yourself to that 5-year-old?
Well, to explain the industry first, no, our industry is very, very dynamic. I would say,
Mm-mm.
people have a different perception about, when we talk about, BPO or call center, yun nga yung tawag nila dati, it's very well known as call center, back
Yeah.
in the day. But, as of now, whenever, as yung siguro yung maturity ng industry, and nag-evolve din yung mga innovations that that we have in the industry right now, perception and the perspective itself ng mga tao nag-work sa sa BPO is nagle-level up din, so if I'll
Yeah.
go and introduce myself, to my to my colleagues or to my son, if in any case that pag yung medyo nagre-reminisce, I'll just go and proudly say that I was, I work in a BPO industry that is very, very dynamic, which, unique people, okay, doon natin makikilala yan. So, and the flexibility of, if each individual, kasi, each individual has, unique personalities. Eh. That's what I've learned in this industry. You know, that's going to test your flexibility and to adapt,
Yeah.
doon sa industry na napili mo.
Yung flexibility talaga, in dynamic business, I think it's something that a lot of people, when they come into that industry, they kind of have an understanding, syempre, di ba? Pagpapasok naman doon, may tatanong-tanong naman, ano ba meron dito? Oh, upo
Yeah.
ka lang doon, antay ka, may na call, or mag-antay ka lang ng email or ticket, and so on, gagawin mo siya. But it's
Right.
a lot more than that. It's a lot more complexities in there that you need to
Agree.
understand, and a lot of people, the reality of it, di ba? And it's not, of course, hindi lang naman specific to sa BPO industry, even
Mhm.
others. Pero yung iba, and I remember some of the conversation, culture shock sila sa BPO industry. Especially if you're coming from the regular corporate job, di ba?
Agree, agree, agree.
Ganito ba to? Parang very demanding, high demanding task.
Yeah,
Um,
agree.
by the way, for those of you who's joining, I worked with MG like a decade already. We met a decade ago, and this is the time where the call center industry is just starting. Remember, pang night shift pa tayo dun eh. Medyo mas malalaki
Agree.
pa yung tiyan natin nun, di ba? Medyo malulusog-busog pa tayo. No? MG, talk to the audience about your experience. But before you go there, no, prior
Mm-hmm.
to you having a job in the call center industry and now in the BPO industry, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Ano, sino ba si MG before the successes that you're experiencing now?
Yeah. So before joining or being in the industry, actually I'm just a simple guy actually. Working student ako before eh. So I like what I mentioned earlier. So I work in McDonald's before. I've stayed there
Mm,
for about 4 years, and I was able to achieve like being the crew trainer. No, kasi the managers are somehow impressed about the quality that I'm providing them. Kasi food eh. You're handling food,
yeah.
right? And there's a lot of standards that you need to meet before you be able to to be selected as a crew trainer. So I think that's one of the edge that I have back in the day. And then after 4 years of my career there, I was able to work in a logistics company. So for
Oh,
about like, yeah, 7 months. And actually, ang trabaho natin doon somehow, very ano rin paiba-iba din. So I was,
uh,
assigned to, handling, raw material products for, import and export. But syempre, pag walang ginagawa, alam mo naman sa mga industrial company, they're really, utilizing people at any cost. So medyo nagiging
yeah.
kargador din tayo doon. So, yun. So after
All
seven
around them.
months, yeah, that's right. So actually the experience was, was very, like memorable kasi during those days, may mga heavy equipments din na we are also handling. And I was able to learn how to, to drive a forklift,
Uh,
like a 5 tonner, like something like that. So
mm-mm.
yeah. So, before moving, after 7 months of my career there, sabi ko nga, I would like to try something else. And during that
Yeah.
time, medyo kilala na yung yung mga BPO noon or call center, sabihin na natin call
Call
center
center.
yung
Mm.
term niya. And I was able to, to be hired or get a chance to be hired sa isang local, telco company. I was able to to be one of the customer service representative there, and I've stayed there for
Mm.
about 7 months. So alam na naman natin yung mga telecom companies. Na I'm not gonna mention kung alin doon to be specific, but the experience
Yeah.
was very very good. Actually, that's my first time to be exposed na ganito pala yung ginagawa, no. And this is quite a good experience to to tell if somebody, like, if you're trying to share your story. And after 7 months, kasi syempre yung mga time na yon, medyo ano yan medyo nagbo-boom yung business. And that's why during that time, I decided to try to handle some onshore accounts, no. And I'm not gonna say kung ano rin yung account where I started, and then that's the time that I move into the where we met actually. So yeah, and
Mm-mm.
everything was
Workforce
was a
management.
history right now in terms of in having in this kind of industry.
Oh, and it's a beautiful
So yeah,
time,
so when
MJ.
I
Mm.
Mhm.
Okay, medyo may
Yeah,
ano na
that's
tayo
right.
sa
So
deadline.
when I joined that,
Go ahead.
yeah, nade-delay lang ng konti. Yeah, so yun nga, after joining the second onshore account in Ortigas, kasi doon tayo nag-work before. I've stayed there for almost 8 years, no, and that's the start of my career being one of the workforce management. So before I left the company, I was being considered to be a manager na that time, kaya lang they're assigning me to Fairview. So I turned down
Far
the
view.
offer kasi nga Fairview kasi siya. So since I was, I'm residing in Laguna until now,
Yeah.
so it's a bit challenge, no. Although na syempre
Mm.
they're giving me a good offer, like they're going to give me a service like that. So sabi ko it's not going to be efficient for me kasi syempre the prep time, the
Yeah.
time that you're gonna spend on the travel, you need to consider all of those things. So I
Of course.
turned down the offer and then stayed as a supervisor there and really enjoyed providing the service to the to the clients that we are serving. So
Mm-mm.
but after 8 years, yun nga, I decided to move on and I got a chance to be hired with the next organization. Pero this is quite different, no? It's still in the
Mm-mm.
BPO industry, but this is more aligned to corporate business. business. And having
Mm-mm.
that said, I was given a chance to work with OEM partners. So that's the reason why whenever companies look at my my profile, they keep on saying like, or they're always saying very unique, somehow very unique yung profile.
Oo.
Kasi yun nga, they're really curious about how did I acquire those kind of skills and that kind of profile of mine. And yun, doon lagi nag-evolve yung umiikot yung interviews that I've gone through. And because of that experience, kasi nga I was exposed to some sort of a technical stuff like implementing like the hardware installation mismo
Yeah.
ng hardwares. But this is going to be an end-to-end solution then. So after installing all the hardwares, I will be meeting the end users and provide them as a bit introduction and a little bit training. Not really a formal training, but giving them an idea how to use the solution itself. So yun. And then right after that, I've stayed there for more than a year. No, more than a year
Mm.
because um, luckily, actually, our previous boss, met again. Kumbaga, nagkita kami ulit, and I was invited by him, no, to join one of the, the last organization that I've joined it and stayed for about 8 years. So, I was given a chance by him that, AMG, I need your help. Maybe, we can go ahead and set up something, or set some culture on this one kasi nga bago lang. So
Yeah.
yeah, sabi ko, yeah, this is going to be the time that I can go ahead and pay back kumbaga kasi whatever I'm right now, actually siya yung mentor ko kasi. So I really believe on on the direction that that he is providing, and I really
Yeah.
trust him on on this on the second kumbaga second try. So and yeah,
Oh.
everything was history. So I've stayed there for 8 years. And yeah, yung boss natin na yon, moved
MG,
to
pangalanan na natin 'tong boss natin. Kung bigyan pugay natin, 'no? Para
pwede
naman
ba?
maalala,
Pwede?
sino ba 'tong mentor na 'to? Oo, puwede,
Ayan.
oo.
So
Bigyan pugay
it was
natin.
Mukul Varma, no? It was Mukul Varma. So alam mo na, alam, alam mo yan. So yun. So he was a good mentor, to me, and whatever
Mm.
I learned, doing the workforce management, talagang siya yung nag-guide, no? Other than syempre yung mga colleagues natin, 'di ba? That sino ba 'yan? Sila Jeffrey Salubon, 'di ba? Sila
Sa
Rodel
Lubon, oo.
Andaya. They are the ones, sila
Mga
David Blue.
masters.
So they are the ones that, yun talaga yung mga originals, 'di ba? And Dims Paulo, yung alam naman natin
Oo.
'yan kung saan tayo
Ayan,
nanggaling.
si
So
Dims.
so
Mm.
all of the learnings that I had, with them, and yun, na-apply natin lahat yan as I go along with my career. And syempre, as we go along with our career, there's a lot of learnings na pwede nating ma-pick up. Kasi syempre, whenever you join
Yes.
different organization, there's a lot of different processes and syempre,
Yeah.
different environment and so on.
Agree. I just want to pause there, no, because I want to
Mm-hmm.
emphasize, and for those of you who's joining, I want to emphasize yung sinasabi ni MG about the value of learning, the value of getting different things, different ideas, different skill set, different knowledge, and for you to develop yourself. Kasi
Mm-hmm.
MG, di ba, in the setting that we started with, ano ba pala kami, mga millennials pa ata tayo, di ba, MG, no? Ano natin, millennial. Di ba,
Mm-hmm.
in the industrial revolution, for those of you joining, para naiintindihan nyo kung ano yung structure nun. Industrial revolution, pagpasok mo ng high school,
Mm-hmm.
magpipili ka ng industry papasukan mo, di ba? Either
Yes.
engineering, di ba?
Correct.
Architecture, and all of these different things. Doong time ata natin, MG nursing ata yung booming nun, di ba? Tsaka engineering, yung dalawang yan yung,
Yes, that's right.
yung US pa. So, when we choose for the next generation na nanonood,
Mm-hmm.
when we were choosing back then industry, alin yung industry na mas madaming pera, ganun lang na madali lang yung mindset natin nun. Ano yung industry
Correct,
na
correct,
madaming
correct.
pera, you invest time in there, you study in there, and
Mm-hmm.
you proceed to whatever that industry. But the reality is, pag graduate mo ng college, kung ano yung course mong kinuha, eventually yung ending mo, hindi yun yung trabaho mo, iba yung gagawin mong trabaho. Di ba? Ganyan siya. Now, why
Correct.
am I saying this? I want to emphasize this because when you start working, some of the skills, of course, you learn in college, di ba? May natutunan ka naman, addition, di ba? Some of the science and
Mm-hmm.
so on and so forth. But I want to emphasize what MG is saying on the value of being open to learning and
Yep.
being open to someone who will mentor you, who will teach you so that you become better. You become better, you target your goals, 'di ba, yung dreams mo and so on and so forth. Kasi madami MG, 'di ba? When they
Mhm.
experience some tough times and challenging times or hindi akma doon sa expectation nila, either they
Mhm.
get, emotionally they're not okay, they feel
Mhm.
negative about the things, they feel that they're not confident or courageous or they're not worthy and so on and so forth. I start thinking about that. Pero when you think about it,
Mhm.
ang message dito is for you to take a look at things openly and welcome new
Mhm.
things. Kasi pag sarado yung mindset mo, if you just stick to just eto lang ako, well, you would expand. Hindi siya growth mindset, di ba? Yan
Mhm.
tinuturo sa atin, growth mindset tsaka fixed mindset ka. So take a look at that. Lahat ng natutunan mo, you can start utilizing that. My show, the show is called Integrate. To start integrate and utilizing it towards whatever you're doing. So I
Mhm.
want to emphasize that. So for everyone who's joining, maybe you know someone who's going through some tough times right now. No, they're experiencing challenges and they feel
Mhm.
na matagal na ako dito sa role ko, matagal na ako dito sa company, o ito yung expect
Mhm.
ko, pero hindi ko na fulfill yung hinahanap ko. Start exploring, start finding mentors, sabi nga ni MG, na tao na tutulong sa'yo, and be open to change and be open to growth. Kasi when you start doing that, and it allows you to just see things in a different perspective. MG, one of the things na not sure if not a lot of the people know, no? Kasi ito naman, no, although yung most of the times what we talk about is focus on our profession, our career, di ba? Pero not a lot of times we
Mhm.
talk about our personal life. One of the things that I've learned from you is your passion for music. Yan, pag-usapan
Yeah.
natin yung music na yan. Saan yan nag-start? Kanino, kailan siya nag-start? Sino
Yeah.
yung the person that you look up to? And how has that passion for music influenced you in the way that you do your work?
Mhm. So yeah, like you mentioned, the passion in music is really there, no. So just to give you a bit story, I started, in a band like grade 6 pa lang. So our yung buong barkada namin during those days, we're really one of the aspiring bands during those times kasi nga uso yung ano nun, mahalata yung edad natin dito, River Maya, Eraserheads, alam na nila yan. So,
Mahaba, hindi naman mahaba yung buhok na wala akong
correct. So, those are the bands that are really well known during that time and those are the ones
yes.
that really inspire us na, uy, magtayo din tayo ng banda, ganyan, ganyan. So, when we reach high school, ayun, so doon kami nag-push na to really form a real band, having a
Yeah.
vocalist, yeah, the guitarist, the bass guitar and the drummer. And the good thing about this kasi is talagang tropa talaga kami. So we're not really just being a band like others, 'di ba? They just met kasi they know how to play, instruments. Pero kasi kami barkada talaga kami until now actually meron pa rin
Wow.
kaming group chat, yeah. So that's the story behind there, no. As we go along on within our high school life, doon na develop yung mga talents namin. And we are also being invited, to perform, in some schools. And then, syempre, nagko-compete din tayo sa mga Battle of the Bands during
Yes.
those times. And the experience was really, really great. Kasi alam mo naman, pag nagbabanta ka during those times, talagang medyo, medyo famous ka ng kaunti. And since that we are one of the good bands, I would say, no, during those time in high school. Kaya medyo known kami during that time. And we are also being asked to represent the school, to perform sa
Yeah.
ibang school din. Yeah, so the experience was really great. Pero after high school, syempre, kanya-kanyang buhay na yan, 'di ba? After high school, high school is one of the greatest experience that you could have in your life kasi kaya lang during the college days na um siyempre kanya-kanya na nga kaming mga ano na, kumbaga yung
Buhay.
pinuntahan na, yeah.
Yeah.
And, pero ako hindi ako tumigil. Kumbaga dun nga, I've met new friends, outside school, who's sharing the same passion, no. Kaya lang kasi medyo hindi kasi ako maselan sa genre, eh. I don't really mind if I'm playing like pop music like the R&B, yung mga OPMs or hardcore or whatsoever. So during that time, medyo versatile kasi tayo. Hindi ako namimili ng music. So I
Oo.
was able to to join a band during those during those time na medyo hardcore. So yun, we were part of the underground scene during that time. And
Mm.
we were able to perform like front acts doon sa mga hindi naman very well known bands during those times, but these are very good bands then during those nung mga time na yon, and we are really performing like on a monthly basis
Oh,
yun.
wow.
So
Oo.
yeah, so yun yung isa sa mga parang 3 to 4 years din kaming nagsama-sama. And yun nga, as I go along, medyo nawawalan tayo ng time, pero the love in music is still there. Minsan,
Yes. Mm.
pag merong mga nagpapaturo, ayan, hindi natin tinatanggi yan kasi sharing your talent is one of the good experience and fulfillment na rin kasi at the same time, it's like not all of us are really has a natural talent of playing instruments, no.
I
So that's the
agree.
reason why
Oo.
whenever somebody's asking me, oh, baka naman pwede mo akong turuan ng basic. So I really entertain for free. I'm not really asking for any kind of talent fee for that as long as
Talent
may
fee.
instrument. Yeah.
Ano yung music ba? Sorry, anong instrument that you use? Para alam nila, kung nasa Laguna area kayo, message nyo to si MG, kung gusto yung magpaturo. Ano bang instrument yan, MG? Para makapag-bless tayo ng
So
ibang
yun.
tao, di ba, kung may dream.
Oo. So I used to play, drums before and some percussions. Ayun. And I'm
Mm.
also I know to how to play guitar and bass guitar din. Pero when it comes to piano, hindi ko natutunan talaga yun
Wala.
ever since eh. And then I don't sing. Patugtugin mo na lang ako pero huwag mo na ako pakantahin.
Kumbaga, hindi nabigyan ng ng singing. So
Oo,
yung sa music yung
correct.
ayan, again, kung nasa Laguna area kayo at nakita ko tag naman si no si MG. Message nyo lang si MG. Turuan mo nga ako mag-drum MG kung paano 'yan. Ako kasi gusto ko din pag-aralan 'yan MG, kaya lang 'di ba
Mm,
kailangan mo ng yan very madaming kong isipin sabay-sabay yung
yeah.
ano ba yun? Pag ano bang term nun pag ganun ka?
Yung timing, yung tempo, yung
Yung
mga ganun.
timing and so on and
Yung
so forth. So a
timing,
lot of
yeah.
different things.
Right.
MG, talking about music,
Mhm.
talking about experiences. Now, move tayo doon sa profession natin. In our profession,
Mhm.
in the work that you do, how is this love for music, this influence for music, influencing the way that you see your work and the way that you see your job, di ba?
Mhm.
Because for a lot of times, and based on research and science naman, for those of us who's undergoing some stressful or pressured situation, a best way for you to kind of, release some of the tension and the pressures that you have is music.
Mhm.
In our experience, and lahat tayo going through success in our career, and ito
Mhm.
kung iniisip nyo po na yung success sa career ng mga taong nakikita nyo on the top is seamless, hindi po totoo yun. Madaming pinagdaanan na trials, na mga
Mhm.
oops, mga bloopers, kung ano pa yung mga mistakes, errors, bad judgment, bad call, lahat
Right.
yan. Kung pag minsan nga MG, parang ayoko na pumasok, no? Kasi may namali akong nagawa. Mga ganyan situations. Pag may mga
Agree,
ganyan
agree.
situations, paano mo ba ginagamit tong music na to educate the people who's joining us, who's watching us, yung mga iba
Mhm.
MG, ito nakikinig sila, mga hindi naman nagko-comment yan, pero nakikita mo nagko-comment yan si Coach Tin yan, si Better Half ko yan, tapos si Coach Jasmine, mga andyan yan. Pero yung mga
Right.
watchers natin hindi naman masyado nag-i-engage yan, nanonood lang yan.
Mhm.
Paano mo ba ginagamit tong love of music during stressful and pressured times? And if you can cite an example for them, no? Para
Yeah.
naiintindihan nila na pwede mong gamitin, pwede mo i-integrate yan.
Yeah. Actually, from the music itself, lahat naman tayo, 'di ba? We really love music eh. Sino ba namang may ayaw, 'di ba? Kahit nga hindi talented kumanta, we're really singing, depende sa mood
Yeah,
natin, no? And the only difference lang is, some individuals have, specific genres eh. Like, anong klaseng
correct.
music ba yung gusto nila pakinggan. Like what I've said earlier, I'm not really in particular with kind of music. Kahit nga yung mga music na, or yung mga songs na panahon pa ng daddy ko eh, pinakikinggan ko din yan actually. So yun. So, actually it really depends on the mood. So if when it comes to, applying it, on the ngayon sa situation natin right now, music will go ahead and turn out, your mood. Actually, it will go ahead and explain your mood, you know.
Yeah.
Especially whenever you're stressed, kasi pag nasa trabaho, whenever you're in love, whenever you're inspired, there's a lot of, songs that will go ahead and really, really align to what you're feeling or what's the mood that you have, at those time na you're feeling like, hearing those musics or listening to those musics. Ako
Yeah.
sa akin kasi, when it comes to work, meron kasi mga tao kasi na they cannot go and concentrate kapag may maingay, right?
Yeah, true.
Pero sa akin kasi those kind of noises kasi minsan dead mo sa akin eh. Dead mo sa akin. And I can also think like, halimbawa pag nakikinig ako ng music, lalo ngayon kasi work from home tayo and we have the liberty of,
Yeah.
setting up the mood, no? Kasi syempre, nandito naman tayo sa bahay, we are already working on our comfort zone. I can go ahead and play music like, limbawa pag yung gusto ko medyo mag-isip, I'll go ahead and play
Mm-mm.
something like, that will go ahead and set the mood para yung momentum mo mag-isip, di ba, nandoon siya. Whenever
Yeah.
you're stressed, ayaw mo na makinig ng mga hard music, that's gonna add more stress to you kasi sobrang ingay na, di ba? So it's something like whenever you're stressed, you're going to, listen like, on a song like that's gonna set the mood like medyo stress ka na nga, medyo uplifting ng konti and at the same time, that's gonna, relieve your stress somehow. And then whenever you're being inspired, like thinking of brainstorming or anything, syempre, ina-applyan din natin ng konting, soft listening music para at least medyo nare-relax din siya. So it really inspires me of, whenever, kasi nga yung love ko to music, it really inclines me to be more productive somehow.
Yeah.
Especially pag nagda-drive tayo, di ba? Pag medyo traffic jam na, alangan naman padagdag ka pa ng medyo hardcore na ano.
Oh,
It's
visit
like
ka
it's
pa,
like
no?
oh,
Mm.
syempre, di ba? So medyo medyo makikinig tayo ng mga soft listening music that's gonna set the mood and para yung temper natin mas mahaba pa. So those
Yeah.
are the ones that, really important, for me as an individual, and it might be applicable to other individuals as well, that music can go and help a lot in terms of setting up the mood.
Yan. Ang ganda yan. No? It's really setting up the mood and preparing yourself towards a certain activity.
Yes.
I want to emphasize na you need to be able to experiment, MG, no? Kasi minsan,
Mhm.
isipin mo, yung experience mo, pag ganitong music, ito yung experience mo, na it will go the same for you. It can be different. So, the best way for you, if you are working, if you want to focus, if you want to pay attention, if you just want to, settle down, kasi masyado nang mabilis yung oras, madami kang
Mhm.
iniisip, at medyo gusto mo lang mag-declutter lang muna, do
Mhm.
an experiment. Take a look at that. There are some music in there that allows you to be inspired, or some music in there that allows you to think, to
Mhm.
process things, and so on. All of these different things you can do. So music talaga, based on science, is something that you can utilize, especially
Mhm.
during stressful and challenging times. MG, we're gonna take a short break, pero may
Mhm.
magandang tinanong si Coach Tin, and I want you to, answer this mamaya. If you are a song, how would you describe yourself? Oh, mamaya mo na sa ano na. If you are a song, how would you describe yourself? Mamaya, we'll take a little break for everyone para inom muna kayo ng tubig and so on, hydrate. And we'll be back shortly. Yeah, balik po kami.
Okay.
As a business owner, are you overwhelmed by the need to post beautiful, engaging content every single day? Are you left wondering what to write? Tired of scrolling through stock photos that all start to look the same? Confused by complicated graphic design programs? Rise Up Creatives is here to help. Each month, we give you everything you need to create 31 days of social media content in just 5 minutes a day. Customizable captions, curated lifestyle photos, a drag and drop graphic design tool, and the ability to post directly to your social media accounts. No one else empowers you with these 4 resources all in one place. Each month, we help you plan your social media calendar by providing you with 31 image themes and customizable captions so you can quickly and easily create engaging content and grow your following. Simply select the image that works best for your feed or story. Then, copy the caption and customize it to fit your audience. 5 minutes a day. It's that quick. Plus, you'll absolutely love our drag and drop graphic design tool. Start from scratch or choose one of our beautiful templates to fit your unique brand. When you're ready to export your design, you can download, email, or post directly to your social media accounts. Here's the truth. Our world needs what you have to offer. Don't let technology or procrastination hold you back. Rise Up Creatives is more than an online resource. We're a community helping you overcome your biggest barriers to reach your greatest goals. We're here to help you rise up and be creative.
We are back for the second part of the 12th episode of season 2 of Integrate, brought to you by D Cup Copa Republic, the coaching hub of Life Coach Philippines, and our home of professional certified CACC life coaches. Meet our coaching tribe at D Cup Copa Republic. We're located at Pioneer Center Compound along Pioneer Road, corner Brixton and United Streets. That's there in Capitolio, Pasig City. And you may come in for dine-in or visit for coaching services between 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. We're open on a Saturday to Thursday. We're closed on a Friday. You may also join our community night event happening daily from 7:30 p.m. onwards. Join me tomorrow for Compy Sunday, Sundays for Life. I teach people how to ignite their creativity. I've realized as we are growing up, because of, some of the people who doesn't seem to value the things that we're doing on our creative geniuses, we kind of have parked or kind of forgotten the things that make us, be creators, be artistic in ways. And I'm not talking about the painting just side of it. I'm also teaching you how you can utilize your artistic side in the job or in the work that you're doing. Compy Sunday, Sundays for Life talks about really reigniting what you have in there that you have been using, and really being more intentional about you can utilize or utilizing your creative process. Nurturing Monday Walk Along with Coach Tin talks about more on strengthening your relationship with yourself, the way you think and the way you feel and the way you act. And the more that you're able to have a deeper understanding of how people react and how you react, you are more moving towards being proactive in your responses and also with your experiences. So Nurturing Monday Walk Along with Coach Tin on a Monday at 7:30 p.m. Room Tuesday is all about habits with Master Coach Asmin. As a human being, we are all, every one of us have these habits that we're utilizing. Some of it are intentional, some of it are unintentional. But if you're not getting the results that you want, or the goals that you want to achieve, you're not able to fulfill that. That's because of the habits that you are using. And if you want to upgrade that and remove those outdated habits, have a conversation with Master Coach Jasmine every Tuesday. It's all about habit. Purpose Wednesday, Away in the Day with Coach Rizal, talks about those people who are in their journey of figuring out and understanding, where am I heading? Where do I want to head into? Where am I going? What's it? This path is really for me? Is this because of some influences with other people? If you want to have a deeper understanding of your purpose, Purpose Wednesday, Away in the Day with Coach Rizal allows you to take a look at and open up those things that, we don't really take a look at and really put a flashlight in there, a torch in there to understand where your purpose is. Strengthening Thursday Coaching for the Soul with Master Coach A talks about connecting with the soul, with connecting with emotions. I realized that as a human being, if you want to really ignite that meaningful connection, soul healing is something that will really change your life. As human beings, we are all emotional creatures. And as you continue to appreciate all of those different things I tell you, it will change the way you see your life and the course of your future. Then Fab Saturday, a while ago, open mic with Coach Orville for those of you who want to sing, who just want to enjoy moments and want to have some fun and singing opportunities. If you have your kids or loved ones in there, have them join us on a Saturday. Our coaching hub is also an events place and venue for a choice to face-to-face classes, training, and private functions. Just connect with Coach Giselle at 0917-586-1661 for inquiry and reservation. And this community night, by the way, is free. You don't have to pay for it. Just bless the space as you utilize it and as you learn in the process. Now, if you are someone who desires to experience transformation in the areas of your health, wealth, and relationships, I invite you to join us inside the Be Learning Society as one of the mental model collectors with full access pass to the monthly mental model masterclass of Master Coach A, which is exclusive for the Be Learning Society members only. And the Be Learning Society is the tent maker of the Be Learning Homes for mental fitness. And the Be Learning Homes is a facility, is a passion project that Master Coach A have. And what we are wanting to do is to create a facility for you, for me, or for those people who are looking for a space different than what we're doing. Maybe you're someone who goes to the bar, maybe you are someone who goes to a pub for you to de-stress, but when you go home, you're still the same experience that you have a temporary relief, but you want to really start overcoming whatever stress experiences or pain or suffering that you're experiencing in there and really get out of that and share that with other people that would listen to you and process your thoughts and your experiences. This is the facility that we're building, and it's something that I truly believe will change the course of the future generations, rather than them going to bars and pubs, getting drunk and, still going through the same experiences they have after it. Let's start making that change and really separating those, not so good habits that we're doing and reignite new habits to allow us to grow and be a better person. Of course, as you take advantage of the Be Learning Society, and take advantage of the Be Learning e-card, you also get a food and beverage discount from the Cup Republic. You also get a benefit of a 90-minute free coaching session with senior coaches from Life Coach Philippines. So join us, support us as we continue to build this facility. And if you want to know more about how you can utilize mental models or the Be Learning Society, I tell you, it will really change the course of your life. Think Talk Broadcast is powered by Rise Up Creative Worldwide, the social commerce turnkey solution provider that helps entrepreneurs and business owners to leverage in the power of content marketing to provide value, improve engagement, and increase revenue with the investment of just 5 minutes a day, every single day. Visit www.riseupcreatives.com to learn the benefits of lifetime members like me and discover how you can rise up and be creative in growing your business. All right, let's welcome back MG in the screen. Yeah, for those of you joining, maraming salamat. Coach Glacy is here. Thank you, Coach. Thank you for joining. May mga coaches that you join. Okay, MG, yan, nakainom ka na, medyo hydrate na. Before we answer, well, you answer Coach Tin's question to you. Maganda yung question ni Coach Tin. Pag nilay-nilayan mo na siguro, maglaro muna tayo, no? We do a little bit of game. I do this for all of my guests. I call this seven rapid fire questions. I'm gonna ask you 7 questions. Answer it the best that you can. If you wanna expand, you can do so. To educate the people out there. Bakit nga ba? Ano ba meron dyan? Or kung ayaw mo naman, okay lang yon. Totally okay. All right? You ready, MG?
Okay.
Okay, game. First question. What is one thing that brings a smile to your face no matter what time or of the day?
My kids. Tsaka my wife.
Value talaga ng bata.
Wala.
Naniwala ako dyan. Totoo yan.
Yeah.
Ba talaga yung
especially
saya
yung
ng
bunso.
mga bata?
Yeah, that's right. Kasi yung number
wala
one
siya ngayon.
inspirations talaga kasi natin. Wala eh. Medyo nakahiga na. Ayun. Kasi number one inspiration kasi natin yung mga bata. Yeah.
Agree. Yan talagang total inspiration. And for the men
Agree.
out there, no? Kung nanonood kayo or you're gonna watch it on a replay and you've heard this, just give your son or your daughter some kiss, some hug. Just tell them you love them, no? Minsan
It's really
nakakaligtaan natin
effective.
yan, MG, no? Nakakalimutan natin yan pag mga busy yung mga trabaho, tayo sa trabaho. Question number 2. What is one memory you have from your childhood? One that you can remember.
One memory, hindi kami nakakalabas masyado during those time eh. When I was like until 7 or 8, para kaming mga nasa kumbento. So hindi ko makakalimutan yon. So I was able to come out lang siguro mga at the age of 10 or 11. So medyo kulong. So that's the memorable lang kasi during those times syempre yung mga between 4 to 5, 6 mo gustong-gusto mo maglaro sa labas niyan eh. Kaya lang,
Maulan.
ang gagawin mo niyan tatakas ka, di ba? Mag-sneak
Bawal
out ka, yan. Kasi 'di ba dati, tulog ka tanghali para lumaki ka kaagad, mga ganyan. So it's very memorable to me kasi yun talaga old times. Yeah.
Yung mga yung mga nanay natin. Pero love namin yung mga nanay natin, no. Mami, daddy, love you po. Okay. Question number 3. What's the hardest thing mentally you've ever done or have gone through or have been through?
Siguro during the pandemic, yung pandemic talaga kasi none of us will, hindi natin ma-imagine, no ba, na somehow na-experience natin what we have experienced like 2-3 years ago. And medyo outgoing kasi tayo ng very light eh. So yun, na-miss ko yun during those times. And ang hirap kasi nasanay kasi rin ako ng laging may kausap na ibang tao. So syempre during those times, very limited. You cannot go outside ng wala ka man lang pass or anything. And syempre yung mapupunta mo is very limited. Ayun nga, yung mga bata rin kasi they're really asking to go out. Kaya lang, during those times, wala talaga sila mapupuntahan. So it's really, it's really a bit challenging, for myself as an individual kasi we really used to talk to, to our colleagues in person. And syempre, yung mga bata na stress din sila, Daddy, bakit hindi tayo makalabas or something. So it's a bit challenging, during those times.
Pandemic talaga to. Ang daming
Yeah,
affected
that's
yan.
right.
So if you are someone who was affected by the pandemic, kaya naman, may pwede namang gawan, di ba? There's something that you can
Agree.
do in there, and even if you're still in transition. Question number 4. Who is someone that's impacted your life or helped you become who you are today?
Marami. Kaya marami. I cannot just go and mention one person. Baka magtampo yung iba. Siguro,
Top
I'll just
3.
go then, top 3. Siguro, one of them is, on my career, syempre, that's Dims Paulo and Mukul Varma. And syempre si Arvinder Singh kasi I was reporting to him before I left Teleperformance. So those are the 3 people that really affects my career, and on this industry na meron tayo ngayon. So those are the top 3 that I have.
So may mga bossing natin, nag-report din ako sa tatlong taong yan. Salamat sa influence. Thank you for the influence. Mag-English pala tayo kasi yung dalawa Indiano eh. Thank you for the influence. We will learn so much from you. All right. Question number 5. Ito simplehan natin. What makes you happy?
Marami. Kasi madali na akong pasayin ngayon siguro sa edad na lang din, no? Pero, what really makes me happy is, being with the family talaga and friends. Kasi, yung trabaho natin, let's go ahead and admit it, it's really, really consuming a lot of our time, on a daily, do sa araw-araw natin. And, pamilya talaga. Yun talaga yun eh. So, and syempre, I still have time to go out then, parang me time na rin. So, I was very lucky, having my wife with me kasi, she's letting me go sometimes para naman at least makapag-unwind din ako ng parang me time naman natin, di ba? To meet friends.
Kailangan.
So, yun.
Kailangan pa rin yan. Kaya yung mga misis dyan, magplano kayo mag-asawa po, give your man some time to be honest. Kailangan niya din ng me time, di ba?
Napaka-importante.
Mag-proseso. Hindi po kami may gagawa ng mga kung ano-ano, ha? Pag-uusapan natin yung in the future. Pag-usapan natin ng MG, turuan natin yung mga asawa dyan kung ano yung mga pinagdadaanan natin at anong nangyayari sa utak natin. So, we can educate them. Ayan. Question number 6, MG. Ito, maganda to. What would be your dream job?
Dream job during those days. Back in the day, I was really eyeing like being a dentist. That's number one. Yun talaga yun eh. Kasi I have cousins na they're, na dentista kasi. So, yung age gap is really, talagang malayo. So, I'm really, uh, parang gusto ko rin ng gano'n, parang ganyan, na
Yeah.
gusto ko rin maging dentista katulad nila. But I'm really aiming na maging engineer sana during, back in the day. Kaya lang hindi tayo pinalad, and tulad nga na nabanggit mo kanina, 'di ba? Kung ano yung uso ko sa madaling magkakapera. Kasi
Maraming
during
pera.
those times, computer kasi yung nagbo-boom.
True.
So, yun, naging IT professional tayo, and yeah, yun dun tayo na bumagsak.
Oo.
Ayun,
Yung ano
so
nga, yung mga dream job natin, hindi yun yung naging ending
hindi
natin. Pero
nangyayari.
may
Pero
may
yeah,
option pa naman. Oo.
yes, that's right. Pero
Oo.
I have no regrets.
Yeah.
IT is also my, my passion as well. So, wala naman din naging problema. Although hindi tayo naging dentista or naging engineer, pero at least, doon sa third choice natin, naging successful naman tayo.
Oo. Alam mo yung maganda yan, MG, no? I just want to emphasize this for people who's joining. Being a dentist and an engineer, may ano yan eh, may meticulous yung dalawang profession na yan.
Yes, that's
But if you think about it, the profession that you're doing right now and also the business that you have in automotive and in car being a car enthusiast and audio enthusiast, may influence din yan ng dentistry and engineering eh. Kasi you need to be meticulous in it, dapat maganda yung ano and so on and so forth. So meron no, di ba? Ginagawa mo ibang bagay lang, ibang way lang. Hindi lang siya yung specific na
Agree.
malinis na white gown kasi madumi-dumi yung kamay mo, di ba?
Yeah.
Yan ang mga nangyayari. Ayan, Coach Francis, thank you for joining us. Last question, ayan, question number 7. Ayan, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Asan ka after 5 years?
Well, syempre, all of us doesn't want to be an employee, no? Parang for forever, no? For a long term, no? And this is what we are, sharing last time, no? Ano ba yung mga
Yeah.
future plans natin? Siguro 5 years from now, I would like to see, really having myself, managing my own business. Kasi right now kasi medyo small time pa lang. So, it's something like a hobby na turn out ko into, something like income or revenue generating somehow. Pero yung passion kasi nandoon. So I really would like to, 5 years from now, sana hindi na tayo empleyado, and we're managing our own business para mas malaki yung free time natin, di ba? Ayun. So yun.
Oo, agree. Yan talaga yung freedom na yan. Mag-usap tayo, MG.
Right, yung freedom.
May yung gusto mong yan, magiging totoo yan. Kasi nandan din mga season na natin ngayon.
Claim it!
MG, thank you for playing the game ng 7 rapid fire question. Balik tayo dun sa question ni Coach Tin, no? And you talk about yung hobby mo currently and the business that you have with audio. Yan. Si MG, by the way, if you're in the Laguna area, medyo nag-pause lang siya. Pero I think kung may mga kliyente naman, entertain kayo ni MG, no? MG sets up audio, car audio, di ba? For those enthusiasts who have this, wants to improve the way that they are, ang tawag nga dyan, boom boom bass nila, or yung sound quality mo, it's something that you can do. And connecting that to what Coach Tina shared, if you are a song, how would you describe yourself in a song?
Siguro it's more aligned to a pop music that is somehow medyo hindi naman upbeat, but parang
BTS ba to? Ganon.
Hindi naman. Hindi naman. Pero I don't, I don't hate BTS. I love them guys, these guys. Kasi medyo inspiration din sila sa mga bata, di ba? Alam mo naman.
True.
So, yun. Siguro, I think if I'll go and, be a music or what kind of song, siguro pop. Yung mga pop type of music. Kasi, as a person kasi, medyo hindi naman ako mahirap ispilengin eh. Most of the pop music that you can hear, from the music industry, madali mong kabisaduhin yan, di ba? It's really depending on the type of lyrics, di ba? Yung tempo ng music, di ba? So, ganun din ako
One
as a
song
person.
that comes to mind.
Sige, syempre, doon tayo sa medyo luma. No? Eraserheads pa rin. All of the Eraserheads na music or the songs is, syempre, medyo, medyo nakaka-relate ka, di ba? So, somehow.
Yes.
So, yan. And, syempre, yung mga River Maya before, yan, talaga medyo makaka-relate ka. So, yun. Tulad nga sinabi ko, I don't have really preferred, bands or anything. So kahit basta pasok dun sa gusto ko, okay yan.
Sa pop, oo. MG,
Oo.
when you look at that pop, like if you're gonna paint a picture of that song, ano yung mental image ni MG pag connected with a pop music?
Siguro it's something like, paano ba? It's on a personal note siguro yung typical, me, no, na tipong hindi mo kailangan na mga pa or anything na paano ko ba i-approach si MG, no? It's the same about the music kasi, 'di ba? Whenever narinig mo na kaagad yung intro, yung the way the music is playing and then paano pumasok yung first lyrics, it's the same thing as me. Eh. Pag nagkaroon na tayo ng konting connect that we already start conversing or talking to each other, madali na sa lahat, kumbaga.
Yeah.
That's the way how I am. If I'm going to compare myself to a song, the lyrics, yung sa tempo, yun, ganun lang akong kasimple. Hindi ako komplikadong tao.
Madali maalala at madali
Yes, that's right.
kantahin. O yan. O sa
Correct.
mga nanonood po, kung boss nyo po si MG at naging boss nyo dati, maybe in the future magiging boss nyo po ulito. O alam nyo na ha. Hindi ba? Mukha lang seryoso tong mamang to.
Yeah.
Mukha lang seryoso, pero mababait po kami. O we just look serious, but in reality we're nice creatures. We don't bite. Of course, if you bite, we will bite too. O, ganun lang naman 'yon. And it's something that we really hold value with it.
That's
MG,
right.
maraming salamat, no. I always tell my guests, I probably have 2 hours here. We can talk about a lot of different things.
Mhm.
But we're about to end the show.
Mhm.
My show is called Integrate. And if you're gonna define integrate sa'yo, from the last 30 minutes, more than 30 minutes that we've been talking to, if you're gonna define integrate in your own words, how do you define integrate?
Integrate. Siguro it's about in all aspects, no. Um Siguro and how you're going to, apply kung ano man yung meron ka ngayon, no. Kasi siyempre every individual have different stories to tell, no. And
Yeah.
having this experience with you guys, it's about, me, being open. Kasi siyempre we as males, 'di ba, medyo open magkwento, eh, 'di ba? We really
Yes.
choose people kung kanino tayo magsasabi, no? And having this kind of experience, integrating myself, parang you're trying to, go out of your comfort zone, going outside of your own box. Kasi nga, 'di ba,
Yeah.
minsan namimili nga lang tayo ng mga taong pinagsasabihan natin. But as you go along and having this kind of experience, integrating ko ano man yung meron dito, 'di ba? You're going to learn, an experience something like that you can go ahead and, add on to your story, 'di ba? Yun yung
Yes.
talaga yun, yeah.
That's a wonderful message, MG, no.
Mm.
Yun kasi yung common, no. And for those who minsan yung mga nanonood sa atin dito, MG, yung mga women, no, mga men din nanonood. A lot of times, one of the biggest challenges that we have as man is just being open and sharing our stories because we're very picky. And we're picky not because we're
Mhm.
private. We're picky because before, nung nag-share tayo, medyo hindi naging
Mhm.
maganda yung response sa atin ng mga pinag-share natin,
Correct.
MG, no? Either
Correct.
hindi tayo in-acknowledge or
Mhm.
pinagkukwento-kwento tayo kung kanino-kaninong tao dyan, di ba? And hindi siya kagandahan. So,
Mhm.
we kind of pick the people that we have a conversation with, not because we don't
Mhm.
trust you, but because we've gone through some tough times. Naniniwala naman ako na yung both man and woman have gone through some bad experiences, di ba? Yung
Yeah.
difference lang kasi sa culture natin and even different parts of the world, yung babae kasi, the ladies are being taught to express their emotions, to express their
Mhm.
feelings with other people. Men, not. Pag nag-express ka, umiiyak ka, huwag kang iiyak. Ano ba, babae ka ba? So may mga ganun agad na stereotyping, which unfortunately makes us robotic, but it doesn't mean that we're not human. Hindi lang po kami na-train, hindi kami naturuan kung paano mag-express. Kung medyo
Mhm.
po parang you feel that we are insensitive, pasensya na po. And hindi po namin intention yan. That it's just that we don't know. We don't know that language, we don't know the words, because the only thing that we know is wag kang iiyak, solve mo yung problema mo, pag umiyak ka, hindi ka lalaki. So ganun
Hindi
lang.
ka na
So di ba? Ganun. So please be patient. Education is key. That's the reason why I'm having the show Integrate, so that you in the future, if you have a partner right now, or if you're gonna be married, or if you're married and you're wondering bakit ba ganun yung asawa ko, ito po yung reason doon. So please be patient with us. We've gone through some tough times, and we're gonna talk about that in the future. MG, I'm praying that you will say yes to being my guest. We're gonna talk
Oo
about
naman.
men's stuff.
Anytime.
Educate natin lahat ng mga babae dyan, at
Yes.
yung mga lalaki, para mag-start mag-express. All right. MG, final word. If you're gonna give 3 tips, talking about music, we talk about music, we talk about our work, we talk about the times that you've gone through some challenge, we talk about mentoring, we talk about people who have influenced us. Pag-usapan natin sa mga anak mo, no? Your kids are growing up. This recording, this video will be in the air up until such time that the internet or Facebook is up, or the World Wide Web is up. If you're gonna give your children 3 tips in creating a loving space, a loving and safe space for themselves, for their families, and for the workplace that we will have, I'm sure your kids will be leaders in the future and also influencing others as well. Ano yung 3 tips na ibibigay mo sa kanila that would allow you to create a loving and safe space for themselves, from others, and also for their environment?
Okay. I think, for me, yung top 3 things or tips na pwede kong ibigay, that, based on my experience and my, or, personality ko na rin siguro, is again, like in music, all of us have different preferences. Kasi it's our right, di ba, na mamili,
Yeah.
no? But again, it's not about, how you choose, di ba? Kasi alam ko naman, whenever you choose, hindi naman lahat ng pinili mo tama, Hindi naman lahat ng pinili mo, yun yung gusto mo. Di ba? So yun. Kaya lang kasi, whenever we select, when it comes to, to the choices that we do in life, whenever I compare that to music, choose those things na, or those yung mga options or things that's gonna help you a lot, to improve yourself. Kasi it doesn't mean that nakapili ka ng mali ngayon, that's it. No, it's not like that. No, it's something like, kung nagkamali ka man dito sa pinili mo to, how you can go and turn it out as a learning from you. Para at least in the future, you'll go and take that consideration as part of your experience na dati nung ganito yung pinili ko, medyo nag-fail ako, was very successful, or somehow medyo tagilid ng konti. But the very, good thing about it is how you can go and turn out those failures dun sa mga choices mo, on paano ka mag-i-improve para sa sarili mo, di ba? It's not about your preference. Kasi yun nga, you will never know what you're going to choose. Kahit naman, di ba, pag nakikinig tayo namin sa kala natin, gusto natin, pero yung pala, ay, hindi pala gusto yung lyrics. Kasi lalo na pag bago yung song, right? So, ganun siya. So I think that's the first step that I would like to, emphasize. No? Don't be afraid of choosing kung ano man yung gusto mo. But be ready, no? Kasi it's something like you're also taking risk. Yun naman talaga yun kasi. That's the first one. And I think the second one is openness, no? Yung mindset natin to all of things, hindi lang sa mindset, pero in all aspect, no? Yung pagiging open natin, no? Kasi minsan ang problema nga kasi is medyo reserve. Most of the time reserve tayo, 'di ba? Kasi for us men, most likely reserved tayo. We don't want to speak, we don't want to be on the spot, or something like we're not really comfortable of sharing things, no. Pero being open, no, if we will be able to learn, being open to others, it's not about, chini-chismis mo yung sarili mo, di ba? But
of course.
Being open to others for them to learn from you. Yun kasi yung pinaka-importante dito. How you can go and impart your experiences, yung thoughts mo, yung perspective mo sa buhay, and so on. So being open, no, yun yung pinaka second tip ko sa kids or do sa mga viewers natin, kasi at least gumagana yung utak natin on how we can go ahead and make an impact sa iba. 'di
Yeah.
ba? Yun naman kasi yung pinaka-importante yun. At you can go and serve as an inspiration for them, 'di ba? And syempre when we talk about openness, syempre doon na din yung how you can go and be open to change. Kasi wala namang
Yes.
permanent sa mundo 'di ba? So in all aspect, whenever we say openness, maraming yung pwedeng tamaan, 'di ba? And having that said, it's really up to you on how you're going to accept yung mga nakikita mo, 'di ba? Like what I've said, there's nothing permanent in the world. Ang
Yeah.
constant lang naman dito is yung change talaga, 'di ba?
Agree.
And the third tip dito that I'll go and share to my kids is how you're going to embrace. Kasi minsan kasi we forgot, no? Yung pagiging open mo, you share your thoughts, you make an impact to somebody's life, but sometimes you forgot how to digest and embrace, 'di ba?
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say here is if you're really open to change and syempre hindi naman lahat ng pagbabago you're gonna accept it. Sometimes it really takes time for you to digest.
Correct.
Pero if you learn how to embrace those, no, accept the fact na ito talaga yung realidad 'di ba? Life will be much more easier. And I think that will go in and lead to a better version of you. Kasi accepted Tanggap mo sa sarili mo. That's why you're embracing it. 'Di ba? Kung paano mo siya ipapasok, ini-apply sa buhay mo, it really depends on you. So having that said, those are the three tips. Yun nga rin yung lagi kong sinasabi sa panganay ko whenever we're having a heart-to-heart talk like father and son, talk. Kasi nagkakaroon na rin kami ng ganun. And those kind of experience that I have might be, totally different kung ano man yung may experience niya as he
Yeah.
moves along, doon sa buhay niya. And same, syempre, doon sa youngest son ko. Kasi syempre, medyo malayo pa, 6 years old lang siya. So there's a lot of things to learn. So yun.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for that, MG. I like what you said that be open so others can learn from you because this is ito yung mga bagay na people would just shrug away and they feel na the stories that they're sharing are not valuable. But I tell you, when you start opening up and sharing those experiences and you embrace that is your current reality, it's not obviously going to be a reality of your future because you can do something about it when you grow. It just removes that tension in you, 'di ba?
Mm-hmm.
Na
Yes.
kailangan ko magpanggap, kailangan kong ganito, kailangan ko mag-show up ng ganito and so on. You don't have to do that. I'm a believer that if you are currently in a space in which you feel that you are not relevant or significant, create your own space. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that. And then, conversations, communication is key. Sabi nga ni MG, may heart-to-heart na siya sa mga anak niya. Yun din, have that conversation.
Yeah.
Words are not sufficient, but if you want it sufficient, put meaning into the words. Diba? Lagyan natin ng meaning. Kasi yun yung
Mm-hmm.
nawawala eh. Madami nagsasalita, pero what's the meaning in the words that you have? But of course, it starts with you defining your own words. Sabi nga ni MG kanina, to embrace it. To embrace who you are, but to be expectant of what the future holds for you. MG, maraming salamat for the evening. I'm sure a lot of people have learned something from you. May mga nanood pa sa atin yan Coach Al from the southern regions of the Philippines. Ay si Coach Darbel, si Dan din yung asawa niya. Dito lang yan, kapitbahay namin siya. I've learned from you. And for those of you who's joining us, maraming salamat. Thank you for supporting Integrate, and whether you are joining us live right now or watching this on a replay in the future, maraming salamat. Leave a comment like what the other people are putting in there. Share your thoughts and insights as well. We learn in the process and other people learn in the process as well. Please don't keep us a secret. Share us with other people. Ito po, naniniwala po kasi ako yung stories that we have, especially for the men, would really pave a way for the future generations to use those learnings. Syempre, bits and nuggets in there you can learn. Different experiences, pero at least may wisdom na alam mo, natutunan ko to kay ganito. Natutunan ko dito, natutunan ko kay MG. So I can utilize that and integrate it with my life so I don't get lost. And in any communication that you have, you can translate it in ways that people can understand. We're doing this to really serve the digital space, to serve other people in the space. So please circulate this video and put in your bag moments in there. MG, babalikan kita. Huwag ka muna aalis dyan. I'll just close the show. Just stay in there. Thank you very much. As I close, maraming salamat. I'd like to talk to all of the dads, to all of the fathers in there. You know, you are unsung heroes of the global workforce. We've done a lot of sacrifices, a lot of our times that we've spent with our work because we want to create a better life for our children. And the reality of what's currently happening right now because of the pandemic, and even 10 years ago, there's a lot of competition happening in our world today, and there seems to be a never-ending need or requirement for us to stand out in the crowd, for us to be able to pursue success. Pero the reality, and when you heard of the great resignation, there's also comes a great opportunity for every worker, you and me, to start building wealth and becoming our own version of CEO while still being employed full time. Yung sabi nga ni MG, 5 years from now, wants to, not to be employee anymore and wants to have that business, it's possible. I would like to invite you to be part of what we're doing. I'm part of this. I'm working on this. I've been working and journeying this since 2018, and I'm working towards this. If you are someone who wants to be an entrepreneur and want to monetize what you're doing right now, your talents, your skills, or anything in there that you feel that you have an idea want to monetize, coaching will help you pave a way and create that, a platform for you. I invite you to join us and embark on the journey of becoming a coaching entrepreneur like me, like us. Connect with Coach Rizal at 0917-586-1661 so that we can help you map out your success as a certified Go Active Be Co-Create Life Coach. CACC certification program, by the way, is an international CPD accredited course with 40 CPD units. And CACC course includes a 21-day web-based learning with a lifetime access, a 3-day live coaching bootcamp with Master Coach A, and a 3-day live virtual business bootcamp with senior coaching team. And the program also comes with a done-for-you coaching program. We just started class 10 or batch 10 this afternoon, and I tell you, it's a powerful journey, it's a powerful stories, and you have some coaches in there who are sharing. And so Coach Francis is part of that class, and Coach Ra, you're gonna enjoy that. There's also a done for you coaching program that you can utilize with your family members, your children, your co-worker, your team, and you can utilize this and jumpstart the second fastest growing industry in the world today. Life coaching, by the way, is a 21st century learning experience that is empowering professionals to enhance their skills in multiple domains, thereby increasing their relevance in an increasingly complex workplace and dynamic business environment. As I've said, connect with Coach Cell, 0917-586-1661 to join us in this miracle profession. I invite you to watch the other shows here. We have other shows here, by the way, at TikTok broadcast. You see that in the screen. I tell you, you're going to learn a lot from the people in here and the guests that we are in. Get some wisdom and some nuggets in there and share what you learned. Sharing is caring. Please follow and subscribe and engage in our social media accounts at TikTok_TV on Twitter and Instagram, and Think-Talk broadcast on YouTube, and give us a review. For partnership and collaboration, please connect with Coach Russell at 0917-586-1661. Yan. See you in the next episode of Integrate. That's going to be on October 29th, live here at TikTok broadcast. Your one coaching thought is from Johnny Depp, and he said that music touches us emotionally where words alone can't. As a man, we've talked about it, MJ talked about a while ago. One of the biggest challenges that we have is really expressing ourselves with our spouses, with other people, with our children. But I tell you, we are trying very, very hard to connect with you. And if you feel that we're not connecting, if you feel that we're sensitive, if you feel that, we don't care, we do. I tell you, we do. We just say it. We just express it in a different way. So be more patient with us. And for those men out there, start opening up. Sabi nga ni MG, start opening up. Start being comfortable. Embrace who you are. Your stories might be not so good. Your stories might make you feel that you're not relevant. You're not significant. Don't lose that. That is your current and true identity, and that's the only way for you to be able to start living the life that you have. You don't need to fake it till you make it. You can be true. Be true. Be true. Be true. It is possible. Love heals and safety saves. Be inspired for change. My show Integrate, what I'm doing here is rallying all of the men out there to rise up and lead the charge for change. It's time for us to start igniting the mental abilities of the heart of the men, to start healing by teaching valuable lessons of life so that they can integrate their mind, their soul, and the spirit to finally start really living, loving, laughing, learning, and finally living a legacy. Maraming salamat for joining us. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the comments that you share in there. Thank you. I appreciate it. This is us from the Philippines. Coaches like us think and talk like this. This is Coach Shaun, broadcasting beyond borders to advanced life coaching worldwide. Marami po salamat. Good night. Love, bam, boom. Love, bam, boom. Love, bam, boom. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you again next week. Have a great Saturday evening. Bye-bye.